Good morning, afternoon, and evening, and everything in between. I'm the Canadian, back with another Transformers review. Today we're going to be looking at a figure from the last Bayverse movie that came out. That was Transformers The Last Knight. That came out in 2017, I believe. The figure we're talking about today is going to be from the leader class lineup from the main line that they had, which was at that point the only line they had. That was like just before Studio Series started coming out. And I believe that actually came out just in time for Bumblebee movie a few years later. But anyway, so it's going to be a leader class figure, and it's going to be leader class Optimus Prime. This is what they called the Premier Edition, which was like the only one that came out where I am. And it's aight, you know. Starting off in truck mode here, or first thing we're going to take a look at in truck mode here is the accessory placement, because I'm going to be taking it off right away. It's got a shield, and it just plugs right into the trailer hitch. Nothing special there. And then his sword plugs in underneath, like so. Accessory placement for vehicle mode is done. Let's go into the vehicle mode itself. He is very nice. I have seen renditions of this truck in real life, not this exact model, but the Western Star type. They do make this, not this paint scheme of course, this type of truck with the fancy exhaust and everything, but they also make a slightly, you know, more rugged type truck that looks similar, just not as fancy. The truck mode is very well depicted to the movie. Of course, there's some liberties they did have to take, you know. You got a robot crotch plate there, and some other stuff to, you know, to make things work. The painting on this figure is actually quite nice. We've got the blue flames that transfer into the red flames that transfer into the blue again. The nice painted silver tanks. And the up here, the visor with the headlamps. There is some paint chipping here. It has been in a box for a while. And the Autobot Sigmas on each side are tamper-craft very well. In front of the truck we have on the bumper and the grill is nice painted silver with an Autobot emblem. That's paint chipping again. It's been in a box. And then you have some detail molded in the back here, not painted, for the taillights. And no mud flaps. There are mud flaps on this, but they never put them in. Again, right at the bottom, there you have the, was it W3100, I think is what it is, which is the depiction of the Western Star truck. And there's some details molded in the front here for vents in the hood. Looking back here, you got the paint here, you got a handle for getting into the cab, and you got some doors in here for getting into the sleeper from the outside. And then looking down here, you have the steps molded in with some steps painted in black, molded in tread plates here, and a little toolbox. And then you got the fuel tanks back here, molded with some molded details, and the fuel hatch. Looking at the back here, to the hitch. It's molded nicely in gray, non-painted, but you can see where the hitch plate is, as well as some equipment there. Then looking at the back, you have robot mode sword placement. Woo! And again, you got the exhaust stacks, but you also have the back panel of the cab there as well. Slightly detailed out, but that sword holster really takes up space there. Underneath, you can tell, or you can't really tell, this one's not really much of a shell former, unlike the leader class, but it does have some shelly parts to it, but it's not a majority of it like a proper shell former. So with that out of the way, let's get into the robot mode. First thing we're going to do, going to take the top off. It just pegs right in and folds right back. I'm going to just go redhead and then open the doors like this. And then have the shoulder thing pop out. And it does this frequently. It just pops right back on like so. Next thing we're going to do is split. No, actually, next thing we're going to do is we're going to lower the camera There we go. Next thing we're gonna do is split the front end and then take the arms out. They form the top of the hood. Fold these panels back and swing out like so. Take the horns here, pull them up, turn them, and then bring them down. And then they're just going to sit like that. And for now, that's going to be it for that. Oh, just going to move this out of the way. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to fold out the sides here where the fuel tanks are, bring them all the way down, like so. And then fold out, let's see, put in something you can fold out the foot, turn around. Now, then we're going to split the legs up, fold them down. I should have done that first. The hitch, you just swivel, it's on a ball joint, you swivel to the inside, that opens up a hole there where we put a peg on top of the foot and it plugs right in. Next thing, fold this up, fold the grill up and around, and that is going to let the foot swivel around like so in front of the back of the leg. Second side, same as the first. Swivel around, swivel, turn, like so. Then we're going to fold down the crotch plate, like so. Move the camera up a bit. Then turn the waist 180. Next up, take the doors, fold them in, like so. Just leave a little bit of gap because then the piece for the roof comes down and encompasses that. And there's two tabs that the roof underneath that the roof will peg into. Coming back up here, raising the camera up even more. So we have everything set up here. Arms down. Take the chest. Bring the chest armor up like so. Head up, chest up. And that is the Voyager class of the Last Night Optimus Prime in robot mode. And he is... I'm going to be honest here. I am not a fan of Age of Extinction, Last Night, Optimus Primes. Their design, well, the truck I like, the robot mode not so much. Those movies, it looked like they went more for a robotic design with no vehicle parts at all. So it's like they tried to make them look less like garbage piles, but by doing so, yeah. I mean, on this one, compared to later class, they did a good job at, you know, trying to contain the vehicle mode parts, whereas instead of having a massive backpack here. But, yeah, not my favorite. I mean, if they make a studio series of this, then I'd probably get it, because it'd probably be better. But, yeah, painting and the sculpting on this figure is all okay. There's some spots that aren't paint accurate. And some spots where, like, the arms are different. In the movie, had a little bit more of, like, the armor that came down that we saw appear in Age of Extinction when he took the sword from Lockdown Ship and all that. Yeah. Articulation-wise, it is decent. Head, can rotate that far. The collar does inhibit it. Look up that far, look down that far. Arms can do full 360. These come up, swivel around and do that. And then the arms go up that far. Bicep swivel, just over 90-degree elbow. Nothing at the wrist. Waist swivel, crotch skirt armor goes up. Our leg can go up that far forward, that far back. Can do splits that much. Thigh rotation under 90 degree at the knee, kind of disappointing, and nothing at the feet at all. They're plugged in. They are just solid. I mean, yeah, there's nothing. Yeah. Let's take a look at some of the paint sculpt here. The head sculpt. Chest is all mechanical. The head is... I've seen better. They could have done better. I know the Takara one did a lot better than the Hasbro, but we don't get Takaras in Canada, so this is what I got to put up with. And I know, apparently, I think it was the Nemesis version, didn't have the mouth plate over top. It was just the face with the robo-lips. Another thing too, the hollowness of the pipes back here. Or, yeah, if there was a way to like maybe rotate the pipes around to make the nice side look come out, then that would have been better. Yeah, this figure is meh. Again, if they come out with the Studio Series one, then I'll definitely get that over this. Then, yeah, his accessories, he's got his Sword of Judgment, which is just a plain gray sword with dipped in orange with paint chipping. Yeah, there's better ones out there. I'm currently looking, I think it was Dr. Wu or another third party, has a metal one that is movie accurate. I'm looking at it. Whoa, he's also very loose in some joints. So, yeah, there's that. And then shield, just a gray slab with all spark blue. And just pegs in there. I know there's third-party upgrades for this. I'm looking at them, but I want to wait and see if they come out with a Studio Series first before I do that. And then when sword's not in use, it does have the back holster, if you can put it in, like so. And then he can sort of grab it. Oh yeah, he can. He can grab it. Sort of. Yeah, his arm won't go around it. Yeah, he's getting a little loose in his age. I've heard the pluses and minuses with the leader class. I might just get the leader class just for the hell of it, just see how this one compares. Or how it compares to this one, but yeah, he's okay, I guess, you know, for the time being, until something better comes along. But other than that, that's probably it for this video. Seems like it went by really quickly. If you like this video, click on that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. Never be shy to comment. And that's pretty much it. I'm the Canadian, and I'll see you in the next video.